afternoon. I'm Dan Birch, and I'm so very, very proud to serve as principal of Tesoro High School. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration of Tesoro High, I would like to welcome you to the commencement exercises for the class of 2012. To begin today's ceremony, I would like Kyle Long, our ASB president, and Andrew Smith to come forward so that Kyle can lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and Andrew can sing our national anthem.
Class of 2012, family, friends, and faculty, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Kyle and Andrew. We have all joined together to formally acknowledge that your sons, daughters, nieces, nephews, grandchildren, and my friends have accomplished the goal of attaining the high school diploma. Joining us in honoring the graduates today are Ms. Lynn Hatton, Capistrano Unified School District Trustee. Ms. Jody Brentlinger, Assistant Superintendent, Personnel Services. And Mr. Ryan Pallas, Student Representative of the Capistrano Unified School District Board of Trustees. Seniors, graduates, this is the glorious time of the year when we mark the end of one phase of your life and begin another. Many of you are looking ahead, excited about the next step. Some of you, just like your parents, teachers, and me, are looking back. We're taking stock in where you've been, who you've become, and what you've done. And yes, you have done so much in your 4 years here at Tesoro. By every conceivable measure, you have set new standards for Titans that follow. Let's take a moment to look back and reflect on your time at Tesoro. Time is a very interesting concept. The Greeks used two different words to describe time. Chronos and Kairos. Chronos is the traditional meaning. It is the passing of time. It is measured in days, months, and years. In our case today, we are celebrating accomplishments in time, in Chronos. During your time at Tesoro, you have studied many intellectual concepts. Through literature, you have studied about the characters' struggles between right and wrong. You anguished along with Atticus Finch, Quentin Compson, Romeo and Juliet, Willy Loman, and Ralph, as they battled with their own consciences in efforts to do the right and proper thing, including how you treat your friends or even yourself when you fall short of that goal. In history, you examined the growing interdependence of the world's peoples and nations, analyzed the movements of history, discovered history's new directions while examining the tensions between individual rights and community obligations, as well as the freedoms and restraints of self-government. In science, you studied Boyle's law, Newton's laws, plate tectonics, and photosynthesis, and the interdependent relationships that biology, chemistry, physics, and geology have in our environmental ecosystem. In math, you learned that the Pythagorean theorem is the cornerstone of trigonometry. You've also learned more practical things. Getting good grades and getting involved in school qualifies you for premier parking with easy in and easy out driving. Kairos, your defining moment while at Tesoro. Some of you have had more than one. Others have had many. For many of you, we were there when it happened. It was these moments that you had individually or in groups or teams that collectively gave all of us the success we enjoyed. And this success was everywhere on our campus. In classrooms, theaters, gyms, fields, pool decks, classrooms, concert halls, and courtrooms. It happened while you served others in Best Buddies, Key Club, Impact, Make-A-Wish, Rock for the Cure, and your What If Week. Some of your Kairos moments have helped make Tesoro High School a safer, friendlier, more accepting place. One of the most natural functions of the human brain is to try and make meaning of patterns or events. How did you become so successful this year? I present to you that your success was centered in the power of your goals, group goals and individual goals, and your strong sense of group identity, your unity. For many of you, your dream and goals for your senior year began much earlier, perhaps in your freshman year, as you watched and admired the seniors that were your impact mentors. The purpose of looking back to identify those moments of Kairos is to learn from them, to make meaning of them. If you experience your Kairos, I challenge you to understand when it was and exactly which goal was met. If you are still preparing for your Kairos, learn from the others. Very, very proud of you. The unforgettable class of 2012. And now, I would like to introduce and bring to the stage our first speaker, Ms. Regine Go.
Seated before us today are 576 pieces of the patchwork quilt that is Tesoro's Class of 2012. Each of us has stitched our identity onto our own patch, and our lives have been woven together into a unified class. 4 years ago, we took our first steps onto Tesoro, and we've learned a lot since then. We learned that walking through breezeways at break takes more patience than sitting in rush hour traffic. We learned that maybe we should have listened to our parents when they told us not to procrastinate. We learned a new meaning to the time of 2:45, that it signaled an onslaught of cars swarming down the hill, blocking our only way out. While some of us were thrilled to break out of our middle school shells, to finally grow up, others of us were afraid. But we had an entirely blank quilt of memories waiting to be filled. So we swallowed our insecurities and faced our future together. We didn't look back. Now, I must admit that I had one of my most embarrassing high school moments in that first week of school. My freshman PE class was taking a lap around the field, running up to the big T at the top and coming back down. Simple, right? But my uncoordinated freshman self, just before reaching the big T at the top, slipped and somersaulted down the hill with a speed and technique that even cheerleaders would have admired. Now, looking back, we realize that this was just one of many stumbles that occur in the whirlwind of excitement we call high school. We all have fallen before. We all have stumbled while trying to reach that goal or that dream or that big T at the top of the hill. But we have learned to rise after we fall. Here at Tesoro, our teachers and classmates have created a safety net of support that we could depend on. We learned from each other, leaned on each other, and trusted each other more than any other class before us. And this is what the class of 2012 will be remembered for. It is impossible for me to encompass all 576 experiences of the individuals before me. But our common thread is our sense of identity woven into our class quilt. From cheering on our football team at Angel Stadium, to having the greatest homecoming float in history, to the glory of Orangetopia, our class has left its mark. Seated before us are the athletes, doctors, lawyers, teachers, and politicians of tomorrow. We are 576 patches of red, white, and blue, 576 squares in the quilt of memories we have created. Now look around you. Look at your families, your friends, your teachers, and your classmates. These are the people who have lifted us when we have fallen. Now, if we happen to have one last fall as we walk up here to receive our diplomas, don't worry. Our class of 2012 is right here, supporting us now as they will for the rest of our lives. Thank you.
Our next speaker, our Scholar of Scholars, Vivek Manjunath.
Hello, class of 2012. We are all gathered here for one reason, and that reason is to celebrate. To celebrate the culmination of over 12 years worth of schooling. The journey was neither easy nor direct. But look at us gathered here today as titans, bearing the values of wisdom, strength, and honor. Dr. Birch, I know the senior class joins me in thanking you for assembling such a fantastic faculty and for cultivating the ideal learning environment at Tesoro. We have reaped the many benefits of your expertise, which includes, of course, your impressive skills in directing traffic. Our growth over these past 4 years has been tremendous. Our accomplishments speak for themselves. Defeating the #1 ranked Servite team in football. Reaching county finals in mock trial. And putting on Orange County's largest high school dance. These are just a few examples. These accomplishments are many, but they are small in comparison to what's to come. Because you see, the class of 2012 is different from any other graduating class. And while many graduating classes proclaim the same thing, I'm confident no other class will match our sense of unity. Participating in the homecoming float was exhilarating, and it exemplified our unity as a class. The same unity that brought us our first league championships in tennis and in swim. The sort of pride and spirit that made this year's pep rallies better than any year before. So as we take off on different paths, remember to uphold the tradition of excellence that our class has established. But more importantly, remember to cherish these great memories. In order to arrive here today, we all had to overcome some sort of adversity. For some of us, getting adjusted to the high school lifestyle was a huge hurdle to jump. For others of us, balancing our class load with various extracurriculars felt impossible. For all of us, senioritis was a hard-fought battle as we approached the home stretch. I bet we've all missed more days of school in the past 6 months than the previous 3 years combined. Sorry about that, Dr. Birch. And yet, here we are today, stronger and wiser because of these challenges. One of the most basic things that a high school education teaches you is that achievement only comes after adversity. Struggling is not a bad thing. With each setback we face from now on, we always have the reassurance that we will grow from the experience. Today is a day of celebration. The class of 2012 is the last class standing. We are the greatest class to have attended Tesoro, not because any one of our accomplishments, but because we were able to come together unlike any other class before us. And if it all works out, perhaps someday we too will have the opportunity to direct traffic. But today is the day we leave behind our legacy as the world beckons. Class of 2012, we are ready for the world. Thank you.
We have the members of our Tesoro High School Madrigals moving forward. They will be singing for us under the direction of Mr. Keith Hancock.
Come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most grow if we let them, and we help them in return.
How moving was that? That was beautiful. Thank you, folks. Killing me. And now, I'd like to introduce to you our final student speaker, student member of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Ryan Pallas.
I'm glad that these gowns are highly absorbent because I was bawling my eyes out during that song. That was very moving. After 4 years of growth, laughter, and stress, we are finally graduating. And this is truly an incredible milestone in each of our lives. Some would even say it's the pinnacle. That's right. It's all downhill from here. As many of you may recall, our high school careers began on a field much like this one, after a rogue chemistry teacher all but incinerated the 700 hallway on the first day of high school. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was sitting in Senor Oliphant's class, nervously tapping my size 16 Skechers against the desk in front of me, when the fire alarm sounded. Chaos ensued as a gaggle of prepubescent freshmen let out high-pitched screams on their way down to the field. The next thing I remember, I was sprinting through the 700 hall, bursting through orange flames and dodging falling ceiling tiles. We lost a lot of good men that day. But that near-death experience reminded us that life is sacred. I realized that Drake, the world-renowned rapper and my personal role model, was correct. You only live once. From that day forward, many of us resolved to make the most out of our high school experience. And looking back over these 4 exhilarating, exciting, fantastic years we call high school, we definitely did YOLO this thing. And I mean that. I mean every word. I would like to take this opportunity to break down the past 4 years and examine how we got to this point, sitting together on this field. Although questionable wardrobe choices and awkward dances may crowd our memory of freshman year, that year was actually pretty awesome. We got to cheer on our football team at the CIF Championship at Angels Stadium, and we got to watch our basketball team win the CIF Championship at the Honda Center. There were no AP classes to worry about, and we could all enjoy way more freedoms than we had in middle school. Life was good freshman year. Awkward, but good. Sophomore year signified the real start of high school. The uncomfortable phase was mostly over, and many of us found our niche on campus. Most importantly, many of us could drive, and this made trips to T-Shirts Plus a lot easier. We were no longer the youngest ones on campus. Sophomore year was just a warm-up, however, for the granddaddy of them all, junior year. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Junior year was epic. It was insane. Many of us took AP classes for the first time. We trembled in fear as our history teacher sweated profusely while ranting about John C. Calhoun. And we all had recurring nightmares about our English teacher's relentless glare. A teacher who, by the way, has no concept of personal space. I can't tell you how many times I've been at my desk taking a test and heard heavy breathing right behind my head. Talking about Mr. Mooney, of course. All of us stayed up into the wee hours of the morning, finishing AP Chem Labs or working on English presentations. And on top of all of that, we had the SAT to worry about, along with college planning. But I felt comfortable knowing that we were all in this together. And looking back, I made so many close friends junior year,
friends that I will cherish for the rest of my life. The hardships of junior year brought us closer together as a class and prepared us for the unrivaled freedom and excitement that senior year would bring. Senior year has been the greatest year of my life, and I am happy that I have the chance to share it with all of you. The workload was significantly easier this year, and we could spend more time bonding as a class. Over the past year, we came together to produce an incredible homecoming halftime show and organize an unprecedented What If Week to promote tolerance on campus. This year, we became a cohesive unit, and I know it's been said before, but it is absolutely accurate. This year, we became a family. As I look out at all of you today, I am astonished by how many of you I did not know on that first day of school. Sitting together on the field, freshman year, none of us knew where we would be going to college in 4 years. And during that fire alarm, none of us knew that our future best friend could be standing 10 or 20 yards away. And we had no idea how close we would all become over the next 4 years. But here we are, graduating on a field together as a class. Today I am humbled by all of the talented people sitting before me, and I am honored to be one of your classmates. I am confident that our class of 2012 will make an impact in this world one way or another. And I am proud of the eternal stamp we have left on Tesoro High School. Today I congratulate all of you. Together we comprise the greatest and most promising class in Tesoro history, the class of 2012. Thank you.
Now, if I could have the front row, please stand. Vivek, will you please bring the others up to the podium for the reading of the names?
Vivek Manjunath. Alexa Schaefer. Jordan Alexandra T. Bowie. Mackenzie Lynn Brown. Sarah Ashley Strecker. Daniel Aaron Berry. Carrick Donald McClement Redden. Amber Marie Trujillo. George Philip Schnars. Gabrielle Erica Breeze. Megan Elizabeth O'Brien. Timothy Andrew Zaki. Ryan Christopher Pallas. Taryn E. Goa. Regine J. Go. Amy Grace LaRue. Kyle Craig Long. Tommy Weber. Nicole Grace Robles Salas. Connor Christopherson. Jenna Marie Margaret Ward. Megan Houlihan Raphael. Taya Brentlinger. Catherine Shea Lim. Erin Corrine Ganley. Sarah McPherson. Alex Reedy. Thomas Canugris. Cody Thorson. Charles Daniel Connor. Allison Maynard. Haley Nicole White. Haley Noel McDonald. Alexis Nicole Conley. Megan Jasmine Meta. Nicole Jacqueline Renke.
Trustee Hatt, will you please step forward to accept the class?
Hello, everyone. So not only am I a board member and a business owner, but most importantly, I'm a parent. And I know as I stand here today how proud you are of the young adults in front of me. So I'd like to hear a little audience participation of how proud you actually are. Let's hear it. Support you have as you go off to college, remember that. You always have the people here supporting you. I'm going to make this really short. I know you really don't want to hear me talk, so I have 3 wishes for you, students of Tesoro. The first wish I have for you is to remember these times at your school fondly, your friends, your memories, your classes today. The second wish I have for you is a life of contentment. To be happy no matter what your pursuit is, and to live life well. That may have been a third one already. I think I'm gonna go 5. I wish you much success. Again, no matter what that looks like to you, it could look different to every single person sitting here. So yeah, it is more than I can count, I promise. And finally, I wish you that you find your passion and pursue that and don't ever stop. So congratulations to the class of 2006, and I'm honored to be here standing in front of you. I'm getting up there in age. 2012, that's very embarrassing. 2012, clap, 2012.
Trustee Hatton, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Tesoro High School, I am honored and proud to present to you the Tesoro Class of
2012.
I hereby certify that each of the graduates before you has successfully met the graduation requirements established by the State of California and the Board of Education of Capistrano Unified School District.
He knows I need it written down, otherwise I might mess it up, so we gotta find that. Found it. On behalf of the Capistrano Unified School District Board of Trustees, I hereby accept the graduating class of 2012. I recognize all students before us as high school graduates and confer upon them the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations for this amazing accomplishment and milestone achievement.
Thank you, Ms. Zett. And now I'd like to call up Nicole Salas and Lauren Fish.
On behalf of your class officials, Lauren Fish and I, we would like to thank you all for this opportunity to lead and unite this unforgettable class. These past 4 years have whirled right by us, and each and every one here has truly grown and matured into the successful, bright, confident young adults that sit before me today. The journey was long, and for each individual different, but nonetheless challenging. But with the help of our friends who have listened and supported each one of us, we are all gathered here today, not as peers or students, but as brothers and sisters, united as one family. Now, the turning of the tassel from right to left signifies one's transition from student to graduate, class of 2012. To symbolize the new lives ahead of us, let us turn our tassels from the right to the left. It has been a blessing to be part of such a wonderful group of people, and we would just like to say, thank you, class of 2012, for making all of our dreams come true.
Tesoro High School, 9th class of graduates, the class